Hi, it's Gita and this is Swamp Watch. Let's start with Congress this week. The only major topic is the budget, with a government shutdown scheduled to begin tonight if no budget deal is reached. Given that one of Congress's primary roles is passing a budget, it's surprising that there are only 11 committee meetings scheduled this week between the House and the Senate, with only one of them being in the House, with none of those meetings in either chamber being related to appropriations. So it seems like there's no averting the government shutdown. Congress, or at least the House, seems to be intent on making that happen. The Senate was in session last night holding a vote on an ambassadorial nomination and making one more attempt to pass a continuing budget resolution. But House Speaker Mike Johnson is keeping the floor closed this week. So even if the Senate were to pass a last-ditch bill, there would be no opportunity for the House to vote on it before the government shuts down at midnight tonight. President Trump did meet with House Democrats. However, he doesn't see any solution in sight. Some sources within the government are saying that President Trump privately wants to see the government shut down because it will enable him to yield some executive power to slash government personnel and programs that are not aligned with his priorities. The Office of Management and Budget directed federal agencies to begin preparing layoff plans so that when the government does shut down, employees who don't align with the president's agenda will be laid off rather than being furloughed. The Democrats have really dug in over healthcare. Republicans are trying to cast the Democratic desire to change some of the healthcare provisions as an attempt to fund free health insurance for undocumented immigrants or to fund transgender surgeries. But in fact, the provisions within the Republican bill that Democrats are fighting against are two primarily. One are new curbs on access to public health insurance, including Medicaid, for non-citizens. That's not illegal non-citizens, it's people who are legally here on a visa or they have a green card. And the second is the expiration of health insurance subsidies. Over 90% of people who purchase their insurance through the Affordable Care Act have some sort of subsidy to help lower their out-of-pocket spending. The expiration of these subsidies will mean people's out-of-pocket spending will go up somewhere between 75 and 140%. Families with incomes over 400% of the federal poverty limit will be the most affected because their subsidies will disappear entirely. And also older Americans will be impacted because individuals nearing retirement age already pay higher premiums, and the loss of the subsidies will make those premiums go up. The Trump administration is betting that people will side with him. Democrats are holding on tightly to this one card they have to play to try and force some sort of concession in the Republican budget, which was constructed entirely by Republicans. It wasn't a bipartisan process.